You know that most people think bookshelf speakers are just a cheap way to fill a room, but the reality is that over 40% of audiophiles actually start their speaker journey with a bookshelf pair before ever moving to floor-standing units. That stat always makes me smile, because the little boxes can be surprisingly capable. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've been using the SVS Ultra Evolution Nano pair for a few weeks now, and I'm going to walk through why they feel a lot more like a high-end setup than a budget bookshelf. First off, the soundstage is one of the most noticeable upgrades. When I cue up a favorite jazz record, the instruments separate cleanly, the piano sits on the left, the upright bass on the right, and the cymbals hover right in the middle. That kind of imaging makes listening on a couch feel like you're in a small club, which is great if you're watching a live concert video or just enjoying vinyl at home. The bass response surprised me, too. Even though these are compact speakers, the composite glass fiber cone delivers a punch that you'd normally expect from a larger cabinet. I tried a recent action movie, and those low-frequency explosions and rumble didn't feel boomy, they just added weight to the scene without muddying the dialogue. Installation is another practical win. The cabinets are sleek, finished in black oak, and they sit comfortably on a mid-height shelf without drawing too much visual attention. Because the drivers are flush-mounted and the front baffle is chamfered, you don't have to worry about awkward placement that could cause diffraction or unwanted reflections. I placed them a few inches apart on either side of a bookshelf, and the room didn't need any extra acoustic treatment to sound balanced. That makes them a solid choice for apartments where wall space is at a premium. Integration with existing gear is painless. They're a standard 8 ohms, biamp-capable pair, so you can hook them up to a modest receiver or a dedicated amp if you want a little extra headroom. The wiring is straightforward, and the connectors are robust enough that I haven't had to fuss with loosening screws after moving them around a couple of times. If you have a streaming device or a TV that supports HDMI ARC, you can keep everything tidy with a single cable run, and the speakers handle the full frequency range without needing a subwoofer, though you can still add one later if you want more depth for home theater content. Durability is built into the design in a way that isn't just marketing fluff. The dome tweeter uses a hyperrigid diamond carbon coating on an aircraft-grade aluminum shell, which means the high frequencies stay crisp even after years of use. The cabinet construction is FEA-optimized, with internal bracing that reduces resonance, and there's acoustic insulation lining the walls to keep unwanted vibrations away from the wood. I've had a pet cat that likes to jump on furniture, and after a few months of playful paw pats on the speakers, there's still no rattling or distortion. If you're a multitasker who likes to have background music while you're cooking or working, the Ultra Evolution Nano is low-key enough not to dominate the space. The mid-range detail is clear, so vocals and acoustic guitars sound natural, which is perfect for a relaxed coffee shop vibe in your kitchen. When you switch to gaming, the precise imaging helps you locate enemies in first-person shooters, giving you an edge without the need for a massive surround setup. It's also a solid pick for podcast creators who need accurate voice reproduction for monitoring their recordings. Now, every product has its trade-offs, so let's be honest about the downsides. One thing I noticed is that the bass, while impressive for the size, still leans toward a tighter, more controlled feel rather than the booming low end you'd get from a dedicated sub. If you're after that cinematic, floor-shaking impact, you might want to pair these with a subwoofer down the line. Another minor quirk is the price point. They sit higher than entry-level bookshelf models, which could be a hurdle if you're on a tight budget. That said, the build quality and sound performance justify the cost for most people who value fidelity over a quick bargain. Overall, the pros that stand out are the refined audio detail that makes music feel alive, the robust construction that keeps the speakers looking fresh, and the flexibility to fit into small living spaces without sacrificing performance. The main cons are the relatively modest bass depth for those who crave massive low-frequency impact, and the higher price tag compared to some competing brands. If you've been on the fence about upgrading from a basic set of speakers, the SVS Ultra Evolution Nano pair offers a balanced package that handles music, movies, and gaming with ease. Remember, the link is down below if you're interested in picking up a set for yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.